Go ahead.
Well, hey, Adrian, I'm excited to cook with you today. Maybe talk a little bit about your background here and what we're going to be making.
Yeah, so for those who don't know me, I'm Adrain Miller, the soul food scholar. I'm dropping knowledge like hot biscuits. I'm a recovering attorney, food writer, and politico, and also a certified barbecue judge who was born and raised in the Denver area. And today we're going to talk about Thanksgiving, and we're going to make some Southern greens with some smoked turkey. And then I had a mad scientist moment, so we're going to make a leftover Thanksgiving burger slider.
And these are, of course, to enjoy with your own family for Thanksgiving. I hope you're having a small Thanksgiving, Adrian.
Absolutely. I'm mindful of what we're going through with the pandemic. So yeah, it's going to be a small Thanksgiving.
And what's fun is, Adrian, I've known you for so many years, but I really never knew about this side of you, that you're a scholar and a chef. And I'm hoping that some of that goes on to me here, or at least some of the chef part, because this will be dinner for our kids and our Thanksgiving too. We have these turkey burgers ready to go. And let me know what I need to do, and we'll get it done.
All right, so we're going to multitask for a moment. So the first thing to do is to take our turkey patties, and we're going to put them on a low heat. Yeah, so if you can show that. What I did to make this with the theme of Thanksgiving is I took basically some leftover turkey, mashed potatoes, and then also some dark meat and white meat of turkey, and I just kind of used the mashed potatoes as a binder.
So this is a good thing to do after Thanksgiving with that leftover turkey, because we have a 12-pound turkey because I couldn't find a smaller one for a family of 4. So I know one of them's a vegan, so it's 3 turkey eaters, 12 pounds. We're gonna have a lot of leftovers, so we'll do this after Thanksgiving.
Right, and then we're gonna take a slice of Gouda cheese and put it on top.
Okay.
So a smoked Gouda. And then we're just going to put that back on the low heat. And the idea is just to warm through, because it's already cooked. Everything's already cooked. But we're going to warm through and just have that cheese melting a little bit.
Good.
All right. So put that aside. Now, before we get into it, I'm going to give you a greens quiz. Now, I hope your crack staff has not tipped you off. But greens are a very important part of the African-American diet. It harkens back to West Africa. Most people of African heritage in the U.S. trace our roots to that part of the world. And greens are a very important part of the diet. And so back there, they use something called bitter leaf. And so they couldn't get bitter leaf here because you're going from a tropical climate to a temperate climate. So enslaved African-Americans substituted the bitter greens of Europe. So here's the first one. I'm going to go from easy to hard, all right? So this is an easy one. Which green is this one?
Let's see what you got there. That to me looks like, is it kale?
Absolutely right.
Okay.
All right.
So, now, like a lot of people, Adrian, I went through this green smoothie phase. Do you remember when that was all the rage a few years ago? I think everybody went through that. So we did all these different greens, but I'll see if I can catch a few others. Go ahead.
I often tell people when I'm doing speeches, like, hey, if you've just been introduced to kale in the last 5 to 10 years, welcome to the party, because African Americans have been eating it for about 300.
There you go. Right. Now that, let's see, is that,
It's a pot. I'll just give you
collard. Is that collard green?
Collard, yes.
Yeah, collard. Got it.
All right. Now this is going to be a little trickier.
Let's see. Is that a mustard green?
Absolutely.
So yeah, I know that in green smoothies, that one gives them a spicy bite.
Exactly. And then here's one this is one that people usually don't get.
I don't know what that one is. What is it?
Turnip greens.
Turnip greens. Okay.
So greens are very healthy. You know, a lot of nutritionists tell us to eat them. And so my family tradition is that mixed mustard and turnip greens together. That's what my mother did growing up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. All right. So the first thing to do is when you go to the grocery store and get your greens, if you're not going to get pre-cut ones, get greens that look like they were alive recently. And then to strip the greens, we just kind of go along the spine here and just pull them off.
Okay. So you don't eat the spine, you leave the spine?
I eat the spine. A lot of people don't. Okay. So so we just pull it off there, and you're going to do that for each one. And then you can either, depending on how much time you have, you can sit there and just tear it into little bite-sized pieces. Or, and we'll show the cutting board here, or you can just kind of roll it up like a chiffonade and just kind of cut it into bite-sized pieces.
And so what we're doing here is a combination of all 4 of those kinds of greens in roughly equal portions, right?
Correct. And that's the beautiful thing about greens. You can just mix and match however you want.
And I'm just going to rip them up into bite-sized pieces here because it's easier for me.
All right. There you go. So then after you do that for a long time, eventually you'll have a bowl of greens like this. I don't know if you have a cabbage leaf green bowl, but you have.
Well, I don't have that kind of bowl, but I'll put them in a bowl here.
All right. Okay. So we have our greens. We've washed them. We've cut them. We set them aside. And then what I do is I create kind of a flavored broth. Now, in some circles, this is called pot liquor. This has nothing to do with getting your drink on. This is just a term for the liquor created when you're cooking vegetables and meat together. So a lot of traditional soul food would have pork, but I like to use smoked turkey these days.
That's
and
great.
if you're vegetarian or vegan, you don't have to do it at all. So you can get pork wings or drumsticks at the grocery store. And so what I like to do is wash those off. And then I like to take my knife and just kind of score it along the sides here, just so it will release some more essence into that broth when we make it. And then we're going to have an onion.
I already diced my onions. I knew you'd say we needed onions, Adrian, so I got them all diced here.
All right. And then we've got some garlic, which you can chop up, or you could use granulated garlic.
I cheated. I just got a little garlic and a minced
That's
garlic.
okay. We're about convenience. And then crushed red pepper flakes.
I got that right here.
All right. So now we're going to take our boiling, we got a pot of water. And normally I would do like enough water to cover the meat, whatever I'm using.
So I have a boiling pot of water here. I already have it ready to go. Do I put the greens in that?
Yep. So, but before you put the greens in there, what we're going to do is first we put the turkey in there.
Okay.
And then
you don't mean the turkey. Wait, let's see. Where's your turkey?
Turkey, we're going to put the turkey right into the pot of greens. So
okay,
do you have some smoked turkey there?
You don't mean the turkey burgers, do you? You mean the
No. I mean, like, you should have like a smoke. Do you have some smoked turkey?
Yeah, I can find some smoked turkey here.
Okay. In the meantime, since I have a whole onion, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it in half instead of dicing it up. And we're going to put that in the water.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take my chopped garlic, put it in there. And then I'm just going to add a couple of pinches.
About this much chopped garlic?
Yeah, like just a tablespoon or so. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe a little
and you
more.
can adjust it later.
I love garlic. Who doesn't love garlic? Garlic's one of the greatest things in the world.
Unless you're a vampire, right?
True.
Yeah. But you're out in the daylight, so I know you're not one. All right. Yeah. And then you're going to get your dried pepper flakes, red pepper flakes.
Yep.
And just do a pinch or so of those.
Got it. Okay.
All right. Now, normally what we would do if we had more time is we would actually just let this boil for about a half an hour. But just for the purposes of this demo, we're going to pretend like this has been boiling for a half hour to really flavor that water. And then all you do is you take your cut up greens.
Yep.
And drop it into the pot of boiling water. Now, depending on how many greens you have, it may actually be too much for the pot.
No, it's not. And I know greens, they'll shrink up real quickly here. So,
yep, you're ahead of the game. So we're just going to put all of our greens in there.
Okay.
And then we just let them stew. So we've had our water boiling right on high. So we're going to turn it
on a medium heat or what?
Yeah, turn it down to medium heat.
Okay.
And we're just going to let them stew. So what people have to know, if you've heard stories about cooking greens, people are like, oh yeah, you got to cook it for 3 hours. Those are a lot of overcooked greens and they disintegrate. And it's really doing the greens an injustice. So you only want to cook greens long enough to make them tender. So if you're doing mustard and turnip, those are delicate greens. So you're talking like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Okay. If you're doing collards, kale, Swiss chard, those are tougher greens. So that's more like an hour plus.
Is it true, or is it old wives' tale that they're actually healthier if you cook them last, or they're a little closer to raw? Is that true?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't like my greens crunchy. So
Okay.
I'm just going to say that's an urban street legend that we should not embrace at this moment.
Word on the street is it's healthier if it's raw or undercooked, but that could just be rumors.
Yeah, but that's getting on the verge of salad, like a wilted salad. And then if you want, I like the stems, so you can just cut the stems up and put them in the pot as well. But
I'll do that.
Yeah, and if you don't like the stems, then you can also just use that to make some kind of stock later. And so tips for seasoning your greens: if you're finding you're still not getting the flavor, you can always add some vegetable bouillon or maybe some chicken bouillon to add some flavor. If you want to add a spice blend, I love the Washington Park Spice Blend by Savory Spice Company here in Colorado. That's one of my favorite go-to seasonings. You can always add that. So it's really, one thing I love about greens is they're so customizable. And
I'm excited. I like greens.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to pretend that our greens are already done, and we're going to plate them. Okay. So
we're going to do what?
We're gonna actually plate our greens just to show kind of the savor. So I think you have some already cooked greens.
I do. I did some ahead of time here, so I have some greens right here as well.
Right. So yeah, that's a great plate. So everybody, look at that plate. So we've got the greens, we've got the some yams, we've got the cornbread, and so Governor Polis, I don't know if you know about this, but there's a whole tradition of dipping your cornbread into the pot liquor that I was talking about earlier. So some people dunk it and some people crumble it up and mix it all together.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, it depends on kind of what you like there, but that's the perfect plating. And so in soul food circles, we often say that plate represents the colors. So you've got the greens, you've got the yellow with the cornbread, you've got the orange with the candied yams. And then what's that on top there? Is that the turkey?
Stuffing. Stuffing.
Okay. And you got some beigeish brown with the stuffing.
Yeah, so it's nothing special. It's just kind of store-bought stuffing. We'll have to figure out how to make our own, I think.
Oh, no problem at all. All right. Are you ready for the Thanksgiving burger slider?
Oh, I'm ready. The cheese is like now melted on top, but the burgers are still raw.
Excellent. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get a soft dinner roll. So we got some Hawaiian rolls. We're going to
work.
Yep. Split that in half.
Yep. Okay.
Take our turkey patty and we're going to lay it on top. So that's our first layer.
So what do I do with the bread again? I put half a roll on top of each burger?
No. So you're just going to take that roll and just split it in half.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you're going to put your turkey burger on there. We're just going to build it right now.
Oh, the raw turkey burger.
Yeah. Well, the cooked one, the one you've warmed up.
Oh, yeah. But I think the meat's still raw, right?
Oh, no. It's already cooked because this is leftovers, remember? So it's already cooked. White meat and dark meat glued together by cooked mashed potatoes.
Got it. Okay, so go ahead and suit that up. Do I put it back in the pan when I do that or no?
No, you're going to put it on a plate because we're going to start building it. So this is architecture in action.
If I do that with each of them, I have 4 of them.
Yeah, well, we'll just do one for now, just for the purpose, so we can talk about some important COVID messaging. So you're going to have the bun, and then you're going to have the cheese, the bun, the patty, the cheese, and then take some of your cornbread dressing.
Let's see. Cornbread dressing.
Yeah, or stuffing. Some people call it stuffing.
Stuffing. Yeah, I got the stuffing right here.
Because we call it dressing. Because we cook it outside the bird.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to smash that a little bit.
Yep.
And then you're going to put that on top
of
cheese.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have a strip of turkey. Oh, I'm sorry. Then we're going to take some gravy that we have here.
Okay, I got it. Yep, got some gravy.
Yep. Pour that just a little bit over that.
This looks good. Okay. Okay, poured some gravy on.
And then we're going to take a layer of turkey bacon.
Okay.
All right. And then we have
this is a big healthy this is a big sandwich here. This is exciting.
Yep. And then we have the sweet potatoes, right? So you're just going to flatten those a little bit.
Okay.
And then put those on top of the turkey bacon.
Oh my goodness, what a sandwich.
Yep. Then we're going to take this is what mine looks like right now as we're building it.
Oh boy. Yeah, those are good.
All right. And then we're going to take some of the cranberry relish.
Okay.
I use the whole berry relish.
Yep. I got it here.
A little spoon of that.
Okay.
And then a layer of our already cooked greens.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to pause right here for a moment while you say some important stuff, because then we're going to cook our quail egg to top this off. And that's just going to take a quick second. So we've left our pan where we had the patties going.
Sure.
We're just going to take a quail egg and just put it in there really for a second. We want that yolk still running. And then we're going to top the burger off.
Do you want me to do that now or we'll talk first?
Yeah, why don't you do that now? And then can you crack an egg and talk at the same time? Are you dead?
Yeah, so you want me to, what do you want, on a low heat?
Yeah, let's keep it on low heat. We don't want the egg to cook too fast.
Now, I can crack a normal egg. My challenge is I need to crack these little quail's eggs, which I think I can do here.
All right.
Yeah, there we go. They're beautiful. You know, I don't think I've ever had a cooked quail's egg, Adrian. You know, like on sushi, sometimes you get a raw one. I ruined this one. It's all blended together. It's supposed to be like sunny side up style, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's okay. The egg runs on that one. Boom. I got to crack them a little bit harder. There we go. This one's good. Oh, that was beautiful. So, look, what's important is we want folks to be safe this Thanksgiving. So, for many, the safest thing anybody can do is just have Thanksgiving with your own household. That's the safest. And other folks have been quarantining now for like 10 days or 2 weeks leading up to Thanksgiving. It's too late to start now, but I know a lot of folks that just haven't gone out at all for the last week because they want to have Thanksgiving together. And you know that works for some folks too. Keeping it small. Right now, about 1 in 41 Coloradans are contagious with coronavirus. So if you have 10 people over, that means there's a 1 in 4 chance that somebody is contagious, and then in that scenario, likely spreads to 3 or 4 people. And obviously, it does have a very high fatality and hospitalization rate, especially for older people. So you want to be very careful around our aunts and uncles and parents and grandparents because we want them here for future Thanksgivings.
Yeah, good. So yeah, that was just adhering to all of that. That's why we're going to have a very small Thanksgiving in my family. A couple of my brothers are kind of frontline workers, and so we just be mindful of that. And we're just thankful.
Any COVID in your family yet, or have folks avoided it?
Folks have avoided it, so that's been a huge blessing. So
we're very fortunate. Yeah, I went to the funeral of the first friend I lost to COVID just about a week and a half ago, and I have a number of other friends that have been hospitalized and gotten better.
Oh, okay. My condolences. So sorry to have you lose your friend like that. All right, sir. I think we're ready. I got my egg ready.
Okay. Yeah, the sunny side up. It's sunny side up. It looks good. So let me peel it off here. It's still runny. You said still runny, didn't you?
Yeah, I like it runny.
Okay. These little quail's eggs are so delicate. Okay, I got it though. Look at this. All right. Actually, look how pretty that is. Whoops. See, look at that.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now put that on the very top.
Okay.
And show everybody the tower now with the egg on top.
Okay, let's see that.
Tried to salvage.
Look at that.
Yeah. All right, and then just put that top bun on. And then you got your leftover Thanksgiving dinner slider.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try it, Adrian, and to bring it home for the kids and family. What do you call this delicious dish?
So I made it up. No, I shouldn't say I made it up. It was inspired by a soul food dish that I found in Los Angeles. There's a place called Tony's Soul Burgers that's no longer open, but she called it the Thanksgiving burger. I'm calling this the leftover Thanksgiving dinner.
Leftover Thanksgiving dinner burger. We're going to be making them in our house Friday and Saturday. And as I said, probably a lot of families are facing that because, these turkeys are pretty big. And if it's just your family, you'll have a lot of leftovers. So I think it's a good year to find creative uses for leftovers. And you know what? You can share them with other family that aren't coming over for Thanksgiving, but you can put it outside, your door and say, come by and pick it up what I cooked at, 6, and you can share your food that way too.
Yeah. Oh, Governor, before I forget, I got to say one more thing. Otherwise, I'll lose my soul food street cred. You got to have a bottle of hot sauce with those greens. So I don't know favorite hot sauce whenever you get to eating them. I got
some fresh Pueblo chili on it. Does that work?
Okay, yeah, chop that up and put that on there.
I got some great Pueblo chili. I stocked up. It defrosted and I'm ready to go.
Okay, that's a nice spin. I like that.
Yeah, Colorado spin on it, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Adrian. This has been really great, and I can't wait to eat all this wonderful food tonight and then to use this technique, and I'll post it to my Twitter and Instagram, what we do with the leftovers Friday and Saturday. We're definitely going to make these turkey burger leftovers again.
All right, sounds great.
Thank you, Adrian.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.